think about, to be honest. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, I got a lot to think about.
Man, it's late as hell right now in Los Angeles. Time I'm recording this is like it's almost midnight. I was about to go to bed, and we got some news that this couldn't wait. I mean, all my editors are asleep. I'm editing this myself because what LeBron James just said is very, very significant. So before we get to the content, to support the grind, make sure you drop a like. When we get to 100K subs that have my notifications on, we're going to be doing $1,000 in cash prize giveaways for 5 subscribers that have my notifications on. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Can I be honest for a second? The one thing that changed sports for me forever is Prize Picks. Just having a little extra action on the game has made watching games so much more enjoyable, and I've actually been using this to get into other sports as well. A lot of you have DM'd me the amount of money that you guys are making off of Prize Picks, and I post my picks onto my Instagram story every single day. And right now, if you use my promo code microphone, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Los Angeles Lakers have a lot of decisions to make for this offseason now that they have officially been swept and their season's over. I mean, what are they going to do with Austin Reeves? What are they going to do with Rui Hachimura? Are they going to re-sign Lonnie Walker? Are they going to re-sign D'Angelo Russell? Are they going to bring back Jared Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba? What about re-signing Austin Reeves or matching whatever contract offer sheet that he receives, letting Rui Hachimura walk in free agency, and then pursuing Kyrie Irving? Do you know how much speculation you're going to get, not only from me, but from like mass media in regards to Kyrie Irving potentially joining the Los Angeles Lakers? And let me know in the comment section if that's something you want. But this video has nothing to do with speculation. We're not talking about what players the Los Angeles Lakers could potentially get next year. No, we're talking about something way crazier, something that none of us even thought about. What about LeBron James? Yeah, someone that you thought that was going to return no matter what, someone that you thought was going to be a constant on the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, he's going to be chasing championship number 5. Why wouldn't he come back? It's not like he's already achieved everything you could ever want to achieve in a career. It's not like he's the NBA's all-time leading scorer or anything like that. It's not like he's pushed the boundaries of what is possible for an NBA career. It's not like he's been in the NBA for 20 years and he'd be going on year 21. It's not like he has anything left to prove. Yeah, you didn't really think of that, did you? You just assumed that, hey, he said he's going to be waiting for his son, Bronny, to join him in the NBA and spend a year playing with Bronny, just like Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. did in baseball. And we assumed that LeBron James was going to be in the league for another 2 years at minimum. But he's suggesting something else following the Los Angeles Lakers getting swept by the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals. LeBron James said something that was very, very shocking that no one really could have anticipated, to be honest, that I'm a little shaken up about. And before we get to it, I want you guys to understand the context of this situation. LeBron James is saying this after being swept in the Western Conference Finals by the top seed in the West in a game where he played 48 minutes and lost by 2 points. If there's one thing that goes through my mind as I was watching that particular game, as I was watching the Lakers' final game of the year, it's the fact that LeBron James was exhausted. I mean, I was exhausted watching LeBron James. This is a 38-year-old man running around playing 48 minutes and trying to carry his team to a victory. It kind of reminded me of when Tom Brady faced off against the LA Rams, not last year, but the year before, and would nearly come back against the LA Rams before inevitably losing to them in the divisional round, and the LA Rams would eventually win the Super Bowl that year. The reason I'm bringing this up is following that, you almost saw a comeback win from Tom Brady once again. It seemed like something you'd see in a movie. It seemed like something you were very used to. But very shortly after, Tom Brady said that he wasn't sure about his future. And very shortly after, he would retire for the first time. He would unretire, but the context of the situation is very similar to this one. LeBron James was clearly exhausted from the Western Conference Finals. And I'm not saying he doesn't have a right to be, but that's the context of this situation as well. Here's the text version of it. LeBron James to ESPN on his thought process going into the offseason. This is coming to us from Dave McMenamin. When you say you got to think about stuff, what thread should we be pulling on that? His answer, if I want to continue to play. As in next year? And he says, yeah. You would walk away? And he said, I got to think about it. We actually have footage of LeBron James saying all of this, and it definitely sends chills down my spine. You know, he's saying it with like a huge smile on his face, like this could truly be the end. Watch.
It's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of get to the finals. But we'll see what happens going forward. I don't know. I got a lot to think about, to be honest. And, just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, I got a lot to think about. Appreciate it.
So at first glance, what do I think this is all about? Do I think LeBron James is actually about to retire? Well, I feel like the thought popped into his head after he played 48 minutes in a game where he got swept, and I don't necessarily blame him. I could believe that as he was playing this game, he wished he had some more help. And don't get me wrong, what Rob Pelinka did this year, turning Russell Westbrook and a bunch of Laker role players that just didn't work into Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley. I mean, it was nothing short of wizardry. I think this is definitely one of the greatest executive moments that I've seen as a basketball fan, because you don't see transformations like this very often. It was very similar to when the Lakers swung that trade for Pau Gasol in the 2008 season, in the sense that the Lakers back then didn't really have much direction. And then all of a sudden you get an all-star and you get a team that works around your franchise cornerstone, and all of a sudden you're competitive, and this Lakers team was competitive. So why would LeBron James say all of this? Well, like I said, the Los Angeles Lakers are headed into an offseason with a lot of decisions that they need to make. What's the future of D'Angelo Russell going to look like? What's the future of Malik Beasley going to look like? Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. This is also an offseason where a player that LeBron James has been yearning for to return to his side is also a free agent. And that person is Kyrie Irving. Now, personally, as a Laker fan, do I want Kyrie Irving on the team? My initial reaction is kind of lukewarm and very conflicted, because on one hand, I think he is one of the most talented basketball players in the NBA, but my issue with Kyrie Irving is the fact that historically he's always gotten in his own way. And the best example of that is his tenure with the Brooklyn Nets. But this is an immediate reaction video, and this is more centered around LeBron James and what I think his tactics are, so we're going to leave my opinions on that for another video. I think LeBron James is doing this as a leverage play, in the sense that he's essentially telling the Los Angeles Lakers that, hey, look, you better give me the team that I want. You better go all in on putting the best possible team around me, because I'm not going to return for my age 39 season if we're going to go into this season with very little chance of being competitive. The thing is, so far, as the West stands, it is wide open. I mean, the Denver Nuggets are a remarkable team, no disrespect to them, but it's not as competitive as it used to be in years past. There's the Denver Nuggets, the Phoenix Suns, and then I think the rest of the teams, and then I think it's more or less wide open depending on whether or not the Clippers are going to be healthy or not, depending on whether the Golden State Warriors could come out of this offseason with their team intact. There's a lot of variables, and we still have yet to experience the offseason, mind you, but there is a good shot for the Lakers to put together a competitive roster, and I think this is a combination of LeBron James saying, one, oh my God, I'm exhausted, and two, you better put together the best possible team around me, otherwise I walk. At the end of the day, I don't think LeBron James is going to retire. I feel like this is just a leverage play. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this. I apologize if the production quality was off. I'm currently on half a brain cell about to pass out, and I had to edit this myself. And halfway through editing this, my computer crashed. So I'm sorry if this got to you late. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.